thought about all the traps that you can fall into in this life? Um, I don't spend a ton of time thinking about them, but there's this one trap that just like keeps coming back around and back around. Um, and this is a trap that I don't, maybe most people wouldn't think of, but I've been thinking of it a lot lately, and it's the trap of thinking that everyone else is doing it better than you are. The trap of thinking that someone else is, or someone's else, a group of people, or a person is living more right than you. Is, you know, you look to this person and the words that are coming out of their mouth make you feel like you could never attain to be as good and right and holy as they are. You could never attain to living as religiously as they do or as sanctimoniously as they do. I could never attain to that level of godly living. Godly living. And I want to encourage myself today that I don't think that necessarily the guy that's pointing out everything that you're doing wrong, the guy that's pointing out everything that they're doing right, the guy that's pointing out every way that you are falling short, I don't necessarily think that's the guy that's living the godly life. The Bible says God opposes proud people. He opposes the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. So you know what, today, if you're saying, man, I just can't keep up with that other guy. I want to be that good. I'm working every day and trusting God to work in me to make me that good. I just can't seem to shine as bright as that person. I want to encourage you. If you're the guy that's saying, I'm not as big as that person, I'm not as great as that person, I want you to be encouraged. The Bible says, God says in the Bible, God gives grace to the humble. He opposes the proud. He doesn't just ignore them, he opposes them. Think about that for a minute. What do you want to be in life? I don't want to be proud. Because if someone wants to oppose me, that's their business. But if there is one thing I don't want, that is to come up against the opposition of God. And listen, I'm speaking from a place of, hey, I'm that proud guy. I'm that proud guy that thinks they have it all sewn up. I'm that proud guy that thinks they know better. I'm that proud guy that gets smacked down, not by God. He's compassionate. He's merciful. His kindness doesn't end. I get smacked down by my own self. I get smacked down by reaping and sowing. I sow pride, I'm going to get smacked down. It's just the law of sowing and reaping. It's the law of what happens. Y'all might call it karma. Y'all might call it the law of the universe. You know, same. It's the law of reaping and sowing. It's what happens when I sow pride and arrogance. I'm getting smacked down. It's just the way it is. So I'm saying this. Through my many seasons of being smacked down repeatedly, I have learned that when I'm the proud guy, I am not the guy that has it all sewn up. In fact, I'm the guy that God is opposing. But when I'm the humble guy, and how do you become humble? You learn it by being smacked down. And you learn it by thinking you're all that and realizing you're not. That sometimes it's easier just to walk with your head low. You know what I mean? It's easier just to walk with your head low. We've talked about this before. Oil flows into the low places. I want to be the low place. I want to get the good stuff. The good stuff's going to flow down. The first will be last. The last will be first. Um, I don't always act that way, but I want to be that. I wanna listen more and more to God every day so that I can learn to be that. He opposes the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. Walk in humility today. Take a look around you and say, um, I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna put you in a place in my life that's a little higher than where I am. I'm gonna treat you with a little more dignity. I'm going to treat you with a little more grace, and watch and see what begins to happen in your world. Oil flows to the low places. God gives grace to the humble. I don't want to be opposed by God, but I sure do want to receive more and more of his grace. So today, wherever you're at, if you're that prideful person like I have been, if you're that prideful person, um, tell God about it. Tell him you don't want to be that because you don't want him to oppose you. And ask him to show you the way to humility. Sounds like a dirty word, doesn't it? But it's not. It's beautiful. Have a great day.